So what religion are you?
Roman Catholic.
How do you think people feel in general about the people in your faith or just your faith?
I think overall positive. I believe that with Catholicism, it dates back obviously so long, and the traditions are deeply entrenched in the church. So I think maybe there's an opinion that some change needs to happen, but I think overall it's positive.
What is one thing you would like people to know about your religion?
I would say probably that the church cares for all people, especially those in need, the poor, the underprivileged, children, and so that's one thing I would like people to know is that the Catholic religion is a very caring religion.
Do you know of any stories or have you experienced something firsthand of people portraying your religion in a bad way or maybe giving your religion a stereotype?
Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is abortion because Catholics are against abortion, and so I think that that is such a heated issue that that is definitely seen as a negative in some regards, but in our religion we value all life from conception, and that is a very touchy subject in certain areas, among certain religions, among certain places, and so there are, it is difficult when you think about, an abortion clinic and protests that go on there, and so that's the big thing that comes to mind first.
So how do politics or media portray your religion today?
Well, I think it depends on what outlet you're looking at. I would say if it's a more conservative outlet, it's probably a more positive. But if it's the liberal media or the liberal mindset, I would think it's more negative and in general. So I think it's mixed. But overall, I think it would be positive.
So what religion are you?
I belong to the religion called Islam, and I'm a Muslim, which is a person who follows the faith of Islam.
How do you think people in general feel about the people in your faith?
Well, I think it depends on who you talk to. There are some people who already know about the religion Islam who aren't Muslim, and they think nothing of it because it's a faith just like their faith. It's a monotheistic faith. It's like it's one of the three major monotheistic faiths. Christianity, Judaism, and Islam are the three monotheistic faiths. So those who are educated really think nothing of it. You're just another God-fearing person like everybody else.
Yes.
But then you unfortunately deal with a big amount of people who are not very educated about faiths, including their own, and you see kind of like a hesitation or a fear that comes from them, especially with the media today. And the fact that it is the election season and we're hearing a lot of anti-Muslim sentiment right now. And so instead of people actually going out and searching for the answers or even talking to someone that they know that might be of a different faith, they unfortunately just go ahead and assume or I guess go along with incorrect information, unfortunately. Just like people to know that Islam is a faith just like any other faith, and that if a person follows it or not, it's not a reflection of the faith. The faith is the faith, and how a person believes and interprets their beliefs is a whole different thing. But unfortunately, we fall into this trap of if someone has committed a crime or if someone has done something, then that we seem to lump that action as a reflection of the faith. But they are two completely different things. One is a faith, and the other one is the way people follow or interpret a faith. And so I wish people would look at human error as human error, and it has nothing to do with their religion.
Yes.
Kip, there's actually quite a few instances that are occurring right now that are clearly Islamophobic, xenophobic behaviors.
Yeah.
And like for one of the most recent examples that I can give you is outside of a mosque in Irving. There was a group of 15 armed men standing outside, showing, holding posters saying, "End Islam." We need to stop these Muslims. We need to stop the radicals. And people who go to mosque are just like people who go to church.
Yes.
They are God-fearing people. They are God-loving people. They just want to practice their faith. And that is one of the beautiful things of this country, is that we have the freedom to religion. We have the freedom to speech. We have the freedom to live our lives in peace and security. But when you have someone standing outside of someone's house of worship with guns telling you that they want you to go away,
Yeah.
it's kind of a scary thing. It's very unsettling. I can tell you just this last weekend, I am usually a very confident person. I am very sure of who I am. Nothing really bothers me, and I go about my life as normal. But I can't tell you that there's this creeping fear that's happening on a daily basis now. The more I turn the news on, the more I listen to some of these comments that are made that scare me, and scare me for not just me, but my kids' lives and what their future has to hold. If we keep allowing people to just, go in front of houses of worship and act that way, where's our sense of security and our sense of peace? Where's the beauty that this country was established on?
Yeah.
And those ideals? That's scary for me, and I wish that we can have that change, and I wish I didn't have to turn on the news or open up Facebook or any social media and see pictures like this.